does it matter what you eat? How much does it matter what you eat? Well, do you know where your body's at in health? Have you been feeling great? It doesn't seem to matter what you eat, you feel good. Or it doesn't matter what you eat, you seem to feel crappy. It's kind of like, where's your body at for what you're giving it? If you're super healthy, you got a good constitution, healthy mitochondria, healthy body, and maybe you have something else in your life that just gives you a perseverance through life. And whatever you eat, your body takes, utilizes the best of it, and sends the rest on. It deals with the bumps in the road. And the bumps in the road maybe just make it even a little healthier. It's just amazing how our bodies can be in different places. I've had health issues where, man, people are like, oh, just do this, just do that. I've had times where I just do something and it's like, wow, what relief and health. Uh, I've I've explored medical, and probably not as much as some. I grew up in the health world. I've seen miracles in both. So if you're dealing with a health issue, what's the next step? Uh, Quality hydration. But sometimes maybe you need to consume some healthy salt to help get hydration up. Sometimes you need to eat something to be able to drink. Sometimes you just need to really get some hydration in there. And it can be kind of a tricky balance I don't know if you ever, when you were young or any time in your life, ran across a bunch of kittens that got left or dumped, or they're just, the mother, something happened to her, and you got these kittens and you're trying to revitalize them. And anyway, and you can't just give them food sometimes. Sometimes that's just what they need. You get the stray cat come in, it's not feeling well, and you give it some nice food and it's back and going strong. Other times you're just giving it salt and sugar water to get it going. So I think there's a point in listening to your body. It's not always just one thing. We sleep, we're awake, we run, we do all kinds of incredible things, and when we sleep, the deeper, the most restful zen sleep we can get, the better. So it's not just one thing. We sleep and we're awake. We're both. So in your health, if you're looking just to maintain health, if you're looking to look forward, there's a lot of theories out there. Just go vegan, go this. The French, people that do yogurt, people that eat whole foods. There's a lot of studies that say fruits and vegetables, how much they prevent cancer. For me, when I'm feeling nutritionally low, sometimes I can drink a water supplement, take supplements. It doesn't seem to matter how many vegetables that I eat of that. I'll take a supplement and it works. And there's other times where I've tried taking all kinds of different supplements of different types of, say, magnesium, and maybe I found one, it was a little bit more in my budget at the time. It worked really good, but I didn't go back and buy it again. It seemed to work. But honestly, the most effective thing I've found is, salads, vegetables. But there's times my body isn't interested in vegetables and salad. So it's kind of if you can listen to your body, if you can go back to some basics, those can be a really good foundation. If you got health, you may keep that health. You might hit a road bump and your body may not have what it needs to get through the road bump. So whatever you kind of consider a basic healthy diet, that might be just a good consideration. Hydration and good basic food. And that could just work better than all the worrying in the world about what you should or shouldn't eat. Other times, it doesn't matter kind of what you're doing. It's like, wow, I'm going one step forward, one step backward. It's just, it's hard. It's a challenge. And there are things that steadfast seem to work. So if your basic diet is, I eat healthy meats, a lot of processed foods don't seem to have a good trajectory for healthy, long-term, sustainable health. But if you're eating fruits and vegetables, if you're eating actually healthy, whole food grains that haven't been processed or God knows what to them, even corn, you can say, oh, that's just a healthy thing, but they've genetically engineered corn to who knows what it is, and I don't know how healthy it was to begin with, but or maybe it's just fine and healthy still, depending on the body that you got to deal with whatever you're consuming. But I would say a basic healthy diet would be animal meats and vegetables, lots of vegetables. If you look at parrots that live a really long time, their diets in the jungle are they're eating berries, they're eating grass, they're eating nuts, they're eating bugs. Kind of the American diet, but they're not eating an excessive amount of wheatgrass and corn. And so how much carbs can you eat and have it healthy? I don't know. I do think that the carbs and the bread that we eat are lacking in a lot of basic nutrition. So I do recommend eating a healthy diet with vegetables and proteins in it, and try to use your own wisdom to what works. If you're dealing with a health issue, though, you may find that a simple healthy banana doesn't work for you, or you may find when I was pregnant, I ate 6 bananas every day for a while, and it totally took care of. I can't remember if it was cramps or something I was having, but totally worked, got me feeling better. I was like, holy smokes. I haven't been a big banana eater for years. But in that moment, in that pregnancy, eating like 6, I couldn't even imagine, like, generally in life, how many bananas can one person eat? But in that kind of midterm or whatever point of my pregnancy, it totally worked to eat a bunch of bananas. And maybe it turned out it was like 3 one day and 6 another day, or 2 the next day, and then 5, so I don't remember, but it was way more bananas than I ever would have thought. And it totally nutritionally helped. So, I think there is, what has been considered food, and that's vegetables, that's animal meat. Whether we ditch those and then have even better health, that could be. But I think there is a basic idea of nutrition. And you see animals lick salt, maybe you ditch that and you have more better health than anything. I think there's some theories that I want to explore about salt, how much it's been heated, and how does that affect the body, because there's heavy minerals that are hard and very unhealthy for the body, and then there's good minerals that we need. And with salt, that's something I want to kind of explore. So it there's things. I'm on this. I don't have perfect health. I have things that are not good in my health, that I might have MS. And that's like freaking scary, but I might not too. Oh, just some mystery symptoms. and it's like, wow, yay, this is so much fun sometimes. So I think there's a lot to it. I think there's some basic things that you can go with that deserve some clarification. And so if you're in a bad spot, and you get some good answers, go with that. I think it's always a good idea to take a breath equivalent and listen to your intuition, wisdom, and embrace life, whatever that is. And if it means you already got good health, go with it. You still might add some a basic good diet, but taking all the supplements in the world can be helpful, but I would keep that to a minimal. If you got good health, I would focus on good food. And if you do have health issues, I'd still focus on good food and then adding supplements to that. If you're in a bad spot, supplements may get you out of it. And it's there's a lot of nuances to it. Some of it is which came first, the chicken or the egg. And if you already got a chicken and it's laying eggs, go with that. So if you got good health, I think there's a lot of studies that say eat fruits and vegetables, but there's people that do carnivore diets that completely heal their health as well. So parrots, they eat, maybe that deserves to be studied more, but they eat this various diet of bugs and beetles and vegetables and fruits in the trees, and they live. Maybe they just got the genetics for it, but maybe the diet harmonizes with that. So you can see what works for you. What is it that your body needs? One of the things that I find kind of fascinating is I'll wake up in the morning and crave a salad. And my husband craves salad at night. And he's a night person, I'm a morning person. Does that make a difference? Like, what works for one person and not another? Well, it's just really important to eat vegetables. Yeah. And I would generally recommend getting the vegetables in there, but vegetables may work better for you at certain time of day. So listen to your body a little bit. And because if vegetables mean that's what you're eating for dinner, it doesn't have to be at night. Sometimes it's not a good idea to eat at night. Go to bed, let your body get that break. But there's definitely something to be, there's basic ideas, there's all the nuances. If you're in a bad situation, what helps your body get back to health and on track? And if you are on track, what is sustainable? And to be honest, there are certain solid things we know, and then there's other things where it's still an open smorgasbord of what we're figuring out, where, how long have we heard bacteria is bad, and now you hear about how much good bacteria helps. It still doesn't mean that you don't want to wash your hands. You don't want to get an excessive amount of bad bacteria. You want to avoid certain bacterias. And then there's this whole other side of good bacteria and how beneficial that is. And so if you're open to kind of learn, you can just add some wisdom to your life. And there's also a thing in the health food world that says this is a cure-all. Well, if you're dehydrated, and you hydrate, it can cure 100% of a lot of problems. So just this one thing is a solution. Sometimes it is. But if you start hearing out there in the health world that, oh, this is a cure-all, everybody needs to take it. We hear about the snake oil thing, Well, it turned out a lot of what was being sold as snake oil wasn't even snake oil. It was mineral oils with thyme and stuff in it that helps stimulate and give you a little bit of a boost, but then doesn't really do the long-term benefit that they were looking for in snake oil. And does one thing cure everything? One thing can cure everything sometimes, but we don't just live on water. They used to say that carrots were this whole, you could live off carrots sustainably. That was a World War II propaganda because it probably was a good food, maybe even better than potatoes. But in multiple studies, people that just live on carrots, it doesn't average very well. You need other nutrition. So mix in a little bit of variety. If you got one thing that really works for you, great. But take that breath of air. Do you deserve to have a little bit of other variety? And is that one thing sustainable? Because the law of average is that just, one meat may not give your body the extra nutrition it needs if it goes through a dip or a bump or just another stage or something in life. So it kind of fun. And sometimes it's just easy to see the horizon in front of you and know the turns to make. Other things you don't know. And you can appreciate that it's there's still things really being discovered. So go with what you got and enjoy the things that come forward to help as well.